Well, hello there, everyone. I guess I should look at myself. How's it going? It's John David here with another video about recording and music and all that good stuff. So I'm loading up GarageBand because that's what I've been using to record, and I just wanted to give you guys a few tips. When I record, these are the things that I've learned over the years that are devastatingly important because if you're going to record with any kind of multi-tracking, this is a big deal. Okay, so this is a song I've been working on. It's called Entanglements. I did it for the Year of Music, and whoa, not right there. That sounded bad. And there's a few things still left to get done about it. So I'll just let you hear a little bit of it. Okay, so basically what you can hear there is you can hear two guitar tracks going, and you can hear up here you can hear the drums and the bass guitar, which are all MIDI. I programmed them myself. And you can also hear this kind of a trumpety, French horny sounding instrument at the top here. That was the line that I whistled and, la 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 in that song. And I wanted to do it in trumpet. I really thought, from the beginning, that I really wanted that song to be have that trumpety sound. So I was looking at the French horn and the trumpet sound effects and the different horns in the MIDI instruments that come along with GarageBand, and I just really, there's not one of them I really love. And I know MIDI is a cop-out anyway, but the thing is I don't know how to play trumpet. And I haven't found anyone that is willing to play the part that I wrote and, do it I haven't found anyone that's been willing to try that with me. So I'm stuck with this MIDI file for now until I figure something else out. I might replace that with me whistling, or I might replace it with me doing a whole chorus of la 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 or something. But anyway, so to start this song out, I started with a dummy track. Now what that means is I took my guitar, I set up my little microphone, and I sang and played the whole song through and got kind of an idea of how it was going to go from beginning to end. That decided what key it was going to be in, that decided the tempo, that decided what words I was going to sing and where, that decided all that different stuff. And once I had that recorded, I was able to build the whole rest of the song around it, because I kept that track in there while I put this in, this bass track, and these drums in, and then I played just the guitars, two different guitar tracks. I played them separately. I went through the song a bunch of times, and I got these tracks. Okay, but to take all that back to a place where I could, I would be able to do all this, is two really important things. One is tune your instrument. If you're playing a stringed instrument like a guitar, you want to make sure this is in tune. There's a lot of ways to do this. Some people use online tuners that just play a tone and then you play your string until it's right. I have a built-in tuner on my guitar, so it's really hard to see through this screen, so I don't know if it's coming through on the camera lens. But it's in tune right now. So if you don't make sure your song is in tune, if your instrument's in tune, then when you try to play other instruments to it, you're going to either realize, oh no, that guitar's not in tune, what do? Either I re-record that track, or I go and detune all the instruments I'm going to play. Well, that was impossible for me because I used MIDI instruments. So because I used MIDI instruments, I had to make sure this guitar was perfectly in tune. Now this tuner is really great. I love it. It's the first electronic tuner I've really enjoyed using and felt like it was a good, a good tuner. but it's also probably the most expensive acoustic guitar I've ever owned. So that's really important, though, is keep your instrument in tune. For my ukulele, I use an online tuner. I don't try to tune it to my guitar because that gets into all these other problems. So I use that, and so that's how I make sure my instruments are in tune. That is a definite important thing. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to figure out your tempo. This song, I will show you, is in it's 200 beats per minute. Or yeah, 200 beats per minute. Okay, right there. Now that means that I know exactly how the pace of the song is going to go. If I don't do that, then trying to program these drums or have a drummer play to it and have it steady enough for that drummer to, make sense of the song is going to be really, really difficult. Now, if you're playing a song, you have a whole band, you're going to mic up every instrument, you're going to record, you're just going to hit the record button and go after it, then by all means, that's an amazing way to do things. If I had a band, I would probably do that. The problem is I don't have a band. All I have is myself. And, I've done that with a band in a studio. People say that you get a better vibe because everyone's feeling, playing off each other and everyone feels the energy of the song. Honestly, I don't see the romance in that. It's really not made that big of a difference to me. In the past, I've heard those recordings that I've made back, over and over again, and I don't really feel any extra energy from when I've done it, in all parts separated and every person came in separately and did it. It seems like a bunch of hogwash to me. But if you have a different opinion, then by all means, that's your prerogative to have that opinion. But setting a tempo on your track is important. Even if you're going to record all together, all at once, it's still a great idea, because then if you ever want to add anything else, maybe you're like, well, it would really sound cool right here with the tambourine. Well, if you have that metronome, then it's going to be a lot easier to add those other parts. Okay, so those two things are really major, and I think that I've learned those through definite trial and error, where I was like, oh, I'll just record this song. It won't matter if I use, a metronome or not. Well, that came back around to bite me in the rear end. One more thing I will say on this track that I did with my lead instrument, that rhythm guitar that you hear in there, that sound that I kind of play a lot. I always try to do 2 guitar tracks. Okay, so that's just me playing the guitar track twice. And I want to try to get it to be as similar as possible to each other, but they don't necessarily have to be. And then once you get those 2 tracks done, what you do is you go over here in GarageBand. It's these little knobs right here, these virtual knobs, and you change the pan, what is called the pan. And what that does is it gives you a guitar in your left ear, it gives you a guitar in your right ear, and you don't want it all the way over to, drastically right and drastically left. You want it kind of, I'd say, straight over or a little bit angled. Play around with it, put your headphones on and see how you feel about it. But that is a thing that I do because it's actually a trick I learned. I didn't come up with that. I learned that trick, and it just really helps in the long run because you are able to really feel a fullness in your instrumentation and your main melody and your main, instrument that is driving the song. So 4 things in all. Number 1, what was it? Oh yeah, record a dummy track. A dummy track with your main instrument, 1 simple instrument's fine, and your vocals. So you know what the words are, you know how the melody's going to go, then you can add stuff to it later. Okay, so dummy track, first of all. Then you're not going to leave that dummy track in when you eventually get done recording. You're going to erase it or mute it or whatever and not allow that to be in the final song. Next, tune your instrument. Make sure, actually that's the first thing, tune your instrument and set your tempo before you do your dummy track, or else you're just screwed, okay? So those 3 things, and then at the end, that one last thing, if you're playing guitar, it's really important, make 2 tracks and then pan them far left and far right so that you have kind of a fullness without it all being in the middle of your head. And if you're wearing headphones, you listen to that music, it sounds like it's coming from the middle of your head. That's a bad thing. You want those instruments separated out. The same thing with drum sets. You know, if you're going to record the drum set, think about if you're sitting at the drum set or if you're looking at the guy playing the drums, where is the cymbal? If he hits it over to his right, where are you going to hear that? You're going to hear it to your left if you're looking at him, and you're going to hear it to your right if you are the drummer. So you want to pan your instruments in your drum set too. But that's another, video for another day. So those 4 things: tune your instrument, set your tempo, make your dummy track, and then make those split tracks of the main instrument. If I was playing ukulele, I'd probably record 2 ukulele so that I would have it panned to one side and the other. It's a really good idea. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This video is long enough, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for liking and sharing this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you record your music, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.